The ICC Women's World Cup in England from 24 June to July 23 will see the best cricket from the 80 nations compete for glory. Here are the 8 youngest to keep an eye on throughout the tournament. Amanda Willingston, age 20, from Australia. Williamson taught herself leg spin in her backyard growing up, inspired by Shane Warne. Invention might be considered a form of flirting, but far more flattering was being likened to the legendary leggy by none other than Adam Gelson. He had watched Williamson during the inaugural Women's Big Bash League when she took 3 for 13 Ellison strike against Peter Stewart, leading him to remark that he had not seen Luke dive and turn dead for quite some time. An international call-up came in November last year, and boy was she ready, grabbing a wicket off her first ball by boom-bossing former South Africa captain Megan de Vries with flight and turn. Australian captain Megan Lee knows the feeling. She had been bowled round the legs in WBBL once, but will be glad Williamson playing on the same side as her now. Alex, 23, from England. Drafted into England Women's Academy at age of 15 and dropped at 16, Alex couldn't give up cricket and enjoy what was left of her teenage years. Instead, she gave herself the best chance to succeed by taking few hard decisions, one of which included move from her home country to Division One outfield Middlesex. She rose quickly through the ranks and has taken 17 wickets since her ODI debut in June 2003. She's the youngest player in England's World Cup squad, and as a left-arm spinner, she provides variety to their attack with the captain Heather Knight, Laura Mesh, and Daniel Hazel all being openers. Dapti Sharma, from India, age 19. According to Indian captain, Dapti could be the ideal all-rounder that we have been searching for ages. For a 19 years old, that's quite complicated, but one that is warranted after his recent exploit. She started with 188 of 160 balls in a record of 320 runs opening stands alongside Poonam Rout against Ireland in May. Dipti knocked was the second highest individual score in women's ODI behind Australia's legend Belinda Clark 229. She was the highest run scorer in the South Africa series as well as the Women's World Cup qualifier. But what stood out was her expanded short range. Added to her of spin, she was fetched her 28 wicket in ODIs, and it's easy to see why she is being talked up as the real ideal. Amelia Kerr, from New Zealand, age 16. With her mother and father having played first-class cricket and her grandfather Bruce Moore having played 13 tests for New Zealand, it wasn't surprising that Kerr took to cricket like a fish to water. At 12, she had become the first person ever to score T20 century at the Basin Reserves. 2 years later, she made her domestic debut for Williamson and quickly developed a reputation as a reliable limited overs leg spinner. Then at 16, Khera made her international debut in the home series against Pakistan last year. In 7 ODIs, she has taken 10 wickets, including 4 for 54 against the top-ranked Australian side, set to become the youngest New Zealand player to participate in the Women's World Cup. The journey is onward and upward for Khera. Aisha Zafar, from Pakistan, age 22. Zafar made her debut at age 20, but rarely shone at the Women's World Cup qualifier, hitting 115 in a one-day match against Pune, New Guinea. After the game, she spoke about how she treated each ball on its merit, but also wasn't afraid to go for big hits. She finished as the third highest run scorer for Pakistan in the tournament behind seniors Javeria and Nahdia Khan. With 199 runs in 7 games in 11 ODIs so far, her best performance has come against New Zealand away, where she hit 2 half-centuries, opening the batting. Zafar will be cruel to Pakistan Women's World Cup campaign. Laura from South Africa, age 18. Laura is something of teenage prodigy. At 17 years 105 days, she becomes the youngest South Africa male or female and the second youngest woman in the world to make an ODI 100. The knock of 105 came in against last year against Ireland and in only her 17th ODI appearance. That alone would be quite an achievement, but in May this year, Laura was it again against Ireland. This time she hit 149, the second highest individual score for South Africa. To put her feat into perspective, Megan Deprez and Jumaria Lowsprint are the only other South African women players to have 2 centuries into their name, with an average of 42.46 in 18 ODIs, including 350s. Laura will be the key players in South Africa Women's World Cup. Naipuni from Sri Lanka, age 22. Naipuni was the second highest run scorer for Sri Lanka in the Women's World Cup qualifier behind the experienced German with 198 runs in 7 games. It was a remarkable performance considering that she only took up the game in the 9th grade when she saw some serious playing. Her mother wanted her to pursue higher study, but her father was sportive, taking her to practice without her mother's knowledge. However, when her mother saw Nipune playing cricket, she was convinced with her daughter's decision and encouraged her. Through Nipune made her debut at 18. It was 2 years later that she cemented her sport. At the side will hope she can provide some good start at the top of the order in the Women's World Cup. Helly Matthews from Vancity, age 19. On the fateful night in Kolkata in April 2016, we were told to remember one name, Carlos Brazilian, but Matthews is worth memorizing too. At 18, she found herself opening the innings in the Women's World T20 final against 3-time winner Australia. She didn't show any nerves through as she chased down the 149 target with the 66 from 45 balls to seal an 8 wickets victory. Her powerful strokes were who caught the eye. She hit more sixes 3 than the rest of the players in the match put together. Her secret: she spent her childhood playing against boys in her district, even captaining the under-13 boys side at Pearson School. If Vancides is to do one better than his runner-up finish in the 2000 Women's World Cup, expect Matthew is to come the party.